Hey guys, Thunderstruck MTV here. Today we are going to look at some new levers. For my Shimano Deore 6100 brakes. And these levers here are the Flow levers. They are the Flow Motorsports Pro 120 levers. The main reason, probably the only reason that I have these is because the stock lever here, stock Shimano lever, it just rattles a bunch on this 6100. And it just isn't, it's kind of a stamped aluminum looking cheap dude. And it was a lot of up and down movement in it. And I thought, well, let me give these the Flow Motorsports a try. So went ahead, picked them up directly from Flow Motorsports website. I will leave a link in the description. And I picked them up from them, and I had to pay tax. I think shipping was free. Had to pay tax. It was about $100. If you sign up for their like $5 off, you'll get a $5 off coupon. If you sign up for maybe their spam email newsletter, or maybe it was a text, it was something that I opted right out of and got $5 off. On the website, it says that they fit the XT8000, XT8100, SLX 7100. SLX 7120, that's weird because that SLX 7100, 7120, and of course these Deore 6100s. They claim a lifetime warranty, but be kind of clear on that, guys. If you read deeper into it, it's for defects of workmanship only lifetime. No crash. If you crash and it breaks with its unbreakable design, it looks like they might offer you a crash replacement. Probably going to be 20% off at best, maybe 10% off. But just be very clear that that lifetime warranty is, not all it cracked up to be. So the design is pretty cool. The lever is damn near identical to the stock Shimano lever in terms of overall length, bend, width, whole 9 yards. So it's a direct replacement. You're not going to have to move your levers inboard, outboard, anything different, and it's a lot tighter tolerance. I mean, it doesn't move up and down hardly at all. Nice and snappy still. And it has this design here where it bends all the way this way in case you fall. So that's where they're unbreakable design. The other one just stopped right there and that was it. So that's all it would go. This one here will spring all the way out of the way like that. Okay, so that's what they offer. They offer a really nice barrel adjuster right there. So a toolless reach adjuster with the barrel adjuster and the clicks. It's really nice, works really well, has a positive feel. These things are really well made. Anodized, nice smooth thing. The flow is like whatever. In a perfect world, that would not say flow, or it would say it like maybe in matte black, something a little more stealthy, but whatever, not the end of the world. That's all, of course, personal preference. So I'm going to leave a couple of links to some other YouTube videos on how to install these. But before you just get down there and click them, maybe listen to what I have to say. I got some tips. If you just watch these other ones, they're going to make it look super, super hard. Now, I was able to do this about 10 days after carpal tunnel surgery, mini open, Frankenstein hand. And I was still able to do it, but little fiddly. Here's what I would do if I were you guys. Is I use some Tri-Flow with my little dropper there, and I turned the bike over the night before I was going to do it, and on the bottom of the pin, so I could get to the underside of the pin here, I put a drop of Tri-Flow on each one of the levers where the pin was, enough to bike upside down for 3 hours. Then I turn the bike right side back up, put it on the stand, and I put another drop right there at the pin there, and then of course right over there. Just trying to get some lubrication where that pin goes, because if you watch those other videos, you watch the Flow video and it looks like the pin just comes out with whispers and kittens and fairies. You watch the other guys and they're hitting on it with freaking hammers and stuff. But the other guys are trying to knock the pin down from the top to the bottom. The pin comes out from the bottom to the top. The pin comes out from the bottom to the top. So, very simple. If you watch those videos, you'll see it. You're just going to use yourself either a toothpick or a pick to pop out this stupid little rubber guy here. He's just a cover for the eventual screw you're going to unscrew. Right, the small guy right there. And you're going to use a 2mm Allen to unscrew that. And all it is a set screw to fasten it to the pin. Back it out all the way. Back that set screw out all the way because you don't use this again. You don't use the rubber dude and you don't use the set screw and the stock lever. You don't do it again. The flow levers come with the set screw already in. I implore you, make sure that that set screw is all the way out. Before you even start, make sure the set screw is kind of all the way backed out and is not impinging in there at all, because both of my levers from the factory, if I just would have tried to push the pin in, the set screw was pushing in just enough to where that pin wouldn't have gone down and I would have been super frustrated. So use your oil to get it nice and lubricated, and then take out that set screw and then push from the bottom, push that pin out from the top while kind of wiggling up and down the lever. Kind of wiggle up and down that stock lever, and that piston will come out, or that pin will come out, where you shouldn't have to grab it with any freaking pliers and mar it up or anything. Get that piston out. Take note the orientation on the spring. The spring is a little bit fiddly to get in. That wasn't the easiest thing. And maybe again, it's because it feels like someone else's hands attached to my body. So that probably had something to do with it. But even then, it was a little harder to do than what I thought. But they do fit nice on the 6100s. If you go on the link I'm going to show you for the Flow Motorsports how to do it, it's an old one. It's kind of irrelevant because it's like the old chrome capped XT brakes. And then if someone in the comments below says in the comments, it doesn't fit on the 6100 Deores. Well, yes they do. They fit just fine. Nice and snappy. Everything's good. And just kind of, I haven't been able to ride yet because of my stupid hand, but just kind of dropping the bike in the front and dropping it, and my rattle's gone. So that's nice. And other than that, I'll be honest, once I'm on the bike and just kind of feel it with my fingers and my gloves, they feel no different than the stock levers that came from Shimano. They're just cooler. They look nice. They got that feature to hopefully not break if you fall. I did not weigh them. I imagine, if I had to guess, I imagine they're about 10 to 12 grams heavier per lever, maybe 8, just with all the different bolts and springs and backward mechanism. Again, I could not care less if I tried to care less. So didn't weigh that. Other than that, that's about it. So now you can go check it out. Check out those links I give you below to some of the installs on it. But yeah, a very nice lever at the end of the day, and probably not a whole lot more than if you tried to buy 2 Shimano levers, I would say. Just looking at what the prices, maybe another 15 bucks, but yeah, kind of cool. So there you go, guys and gals. That is a quick and down and dirty look at the Flow Motorsports Pro 120 levers. A little bit of expertise on how to prep them to get ready to install them. Can't stress enough that pin from the bottom, push that thing out from the top. That's how you get it. And then the spring is going to fall on the ground. The spring's going to fall on the ground. It's going to bounce, and it's going to bounce somewhere on the ground. And you're going to crawl on your hands and knees and look for about 8 minutes until you finally find it. And yeah, ask me how I know. So be careful when the spring does fall out. You will, and the springs are side dependent. So if you drop both of them together, you won't know which spring goes where. So do one at a time. That's what I would do, one at a time, and just keep this spring for this side, this spring for that side. The levers, you do flow facing up, like that to make sure you get it on. Other than that, and then just once you got it in, springs in and you got it working, tighten up your set screw in there. Again, you don't reuse that little rubber. This thing's fun to get out. You don't use that little rubber dude anymore. Keep your old one for a spare as you got it. And that's it. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. But there you go. Quick down and dirty for the Flow Motorsports Pro 120 levers. All right, guys and gals. Thanks for watching. See you.